at the station, everybody. This is the second time tonight. Happy birthday, y'all, Saggis. The greatest of the Zodiac. I claim to be one of those. So here's your birthday read for your energy. It's your birthday today. Welcome aboard. All right. Let me get this started a little bit. I hate when it times out, you know what I'm saying? It was on earlier. Y'all should go check out the show. Yes. All right, guys. Go back a little bit. We're going to give y'all a birthday read tonight. For all you Saggis. The veil is getting closer. Yes. Just start trying to do some of the all signs again. All right. For y'all returning, get your pens, pads and paper. One. Wow. And the number 16. It may be great for you. Maybe one of y'all is born on the 16th. I know I am. Yeah, let's see. All right. Let me go back. All right, hold on, guys. Oof. I went back to the other one earlier. Let me get to this one. I'm a little slow, you know. I'm trying to get back to the... Thank y'all for checking out that short for Thanksgiving. That was good. I try to show you guys how to be good and kind and loving. Because when you give back, you get good energy, so you're definitely going to receive it. And my calling is to help people. So, welcome back in. Hello, Unicorn. How are you again, baby? Welcome back to the show. Yes. All right, guys. Tonight we're going to do an energy read on you guys. We'll wait for a few people to get in here. Oh, we've got a few people already. Welcome aboard. I'm glad to be back. 333. All right. 300215. 334. I've been seeing 333s lately. That's a good number. That is collaboration, the Trinity, the triangle. You know what I'm saying over here. That's good. Yes. Man, I took a little snack and checked out the show Stranger Things. I was suggested to watch that. About an 80s family where this town, you know. Matter of fact, it's a friend of mine. His name is Wheeler. One of the families is in there. His name Wheeler. Oh Lord, I hope it ain't his family. I'm gonna have to let him know about that. See if it's true. Oh my Lord. Oh shoot. There's like 3 different families. So, all right, tonight we are, for the newcomers that are on, I read the energy from the music, and this phone is my direct line to the frequency of those genius lyricists, you know what I'm saying? Those music writers, the storytellers, things like that. And they, you know, could be part of it or all of it, or songs may have some meaning. You know, the years, the era, the energy, the frequencies of it, right? There was a frequency I needed to listen to. I think it was 520. Yeah. Of course, I like 420. You know what I'm saying? I just don't do it right now. I'm not able to have to be responsible. Hey, Pimp Bear. Got my Boo Bear. How you doing, boo-boo? Louis? No. It's already... Spirit, I'm not ready yet. Oh, see what I mean? Would you like to play this, what, Boo Bear? Would you like to play this after a commercial? That's funny. See, it already talks to me. My truck does that too. Sometimes the phone I'm recording on does it too. It's like, where the heck did that come from? I didn't call you. You know? Seriously. My phone's been possessed. You know, you try to write some autocorrect. You know, it's just, geez. Get y'all something to drink and get y'all, you know, a glass of wine or a cup of coffee or a nice cup of hot tea. You know, I've been drinking my hot tea with lemon lately, with some pure honey that a friend brought me. $20 a quart. Wow. You know, when you're in tune with love and God, He always gets you what you need, and you know, He always does that. And you know, you're kind and loving. You know, you can see love. You know, it's not just that superficial or gratification type of thing. It's real love. You see it. You feel it. You show it. You receive it. So you have to be able to see that. But you know, I try to stay in that light. You know, I'm a simple kind of person. As you get older, you don't need all that flash and stuff. I'm not all about the superficial or appearing to be affluent. You know what I'm saying? More humble. You know, I've had all that stuff. You know, do I enjoy it? Yeah, I deserve the good things of life, especially eating good. Man, my life has always been, when it comes to that, you know, if I even feel hungry, get hungry, people, you know, bring me food. People can see when I'm, you know, not my best physically, things like that, and it's really nice because, you know, when you want love, you got to be able to see it, but you gotta have it within you first in order to attract it. And anything that's not in that alignment, it's not going to be around you. It's not going to affect you. I'll give you an example. Like if, you know, you're feeling all alone, which I don't. If I want to be around somebody, just going to get up and go around people. So, I don't get lonely. You know, I like my peace and quiet. I like my privacy. You know, those kind of things. I like my solitude. I like my serenity. I don't always feel drained anymore like I used to. I keep obsidian with me all the time. I have an obsidian necklace, bracelet, which, you know, brings calmness and truth and clarity and those kind of things. And then, you know, what I cook with and stuff. How you been, Pam? Happy Thanksgiving. This show tonight is going to be, somebody's birthday could be the 29th or in here. I mean, not the 19th, I'm sorry. It's showing up. Just want to do a special read for y'all, you know, up until the mid part of the month. You know, I may even try to see about getting another show just on Saggis, or just do a little bit more to y'all, you know, collective Saggis so y'all can go see. I used to do them all the time. Tonight we are doing 70s Light Rock Radio. Daryl Hall and John Oates, She's Gone is where we're going to start. So y'all get your ears on. We're getting ready to get tapped in and tuned in, turned on. Hey, Jose, how you doing? What do you mean you can't hear me? Go in, go out, and come back in. Everybody seems to be hearing me okay. Just go back in, go back out, and come back in. Sometimes that'll work. What do I do on this channel? Excuse me, cough for one. I have fun on here. I help people manifest their best life. I teach that. I teach all different kind of things. You know, work with the energy of frequencies of music. This is my show. I work with music to give you messages. As things go on and I progress and things get a little bit better, I can get better equipment and then do some research. I'm pretty sure I could probably do it with the YouTube music, but I got to check into it first to see if it's okay, because when I started, I could play music on the show when it was grandfathered in, and I know a lot of people do play music, but you know, it just is what it is, you know. But I do it this way, and I work with pictures and help people through their family dynamics or curses and help them find their way to a better life, find out who they are, really are. Go back and check the last show, you'll understand what I mean. But I also read the tarot. They're just cards with pictures on them. A lot of times I channel. I do my work outside of here. I'm an empath as well, intuitive, sometimes a medium, but mostly a psychic investigator, all kind of things. I'm an investigator. I do a lot of stuff, researcher, creative person in a lot of areas. Poetry. I'm thinking about writing some books. So just a lot of things if God's willing. But right now, I live in the present. I can read the energy from the past. I don't always predict the future because the past is history. Tomorrow is a mystery, and I want to be here in the moment. So that's what I do. You know, I try to get the energies on what's going on right now. I can usually focus on somebody, and I can kind of know what's going on. I can find them even. Anything I want to know, I find out. You know, I just ask the right questions to the right angel or my connection to God, you know. So, yeah. So, anything I don't know, I don't have to go chasing anything. If I want to know, I'll find out. But when I do, you know, I go into the Akashic Records. When I do, I usually get the answers, and a lot of times I don't have to go further. I know enough to make a decision. So, yeah. So I just do a lot of things here. I mostly work with the music, and it's funny sometimes the way Spirit talks through the music, the frequencies. We'll be talking about some 6161101. I also work with angel numbers, which is degrees, by the way. It's actually angles. If you go and do astrology, it's degrees. Latitude, longitudes, degrees, locations, energies, the moon. The moon pulls, the sun pushes. It's a little complicated. I need to go back and learn some math, but I work with the energies. I navigate through the energies. I don't allow the energies to use me. When you let the elements use you, then you wind up usually you're in your self mode, which is toxicity. Okay. All right, what are we gonna do tonight for Saggis? Kind of special. Let's start off with some good stuff. All right, we are She's Gone by Daryl Hall and John Oates. Let's see what we got. Somebody's living in a trailer. Somebody left a trailer. Boy, or, you know, that's all run down there. Somebody's wanting a better life. She ain't putting up with that. That's funny. Yeah. How you been, Pam Bear? Did you go over there to Shadow Bayou? Was she on tonight? Mojo. Taro, I love Mojo. He does what I used to start out doing. He does all the graphics and stuff. He's a graphic designer, you know. He does designs for people. I used to do big billboards. I used to be able to draw a picture this big, draw it a little bit bigger, and then just draw that sucker on the wall. So somebody's saying, trying to tell me what is right for me. Saggis are cross watcher. You know, that's why they're living like that, because they're living for somebody else, right? That's why they're always living in a trailer. Sorry, Charlie, for the imposition. Yeah, I've lived in a trailer, camper, whatever. It's not fun. I mean, some of them, they're not fit to live in. The one I lived in wasn't fit to live in. Not even for a chicken. Because she's gone, whoever that was, she wasn't getting better. So that person probably didn't treat her right, so she left. Got the devil to replace her. Yeah, this person felt that she's gone. She deserved better than that camper. Because I think when they met, you know, they probably were in a better place. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys, what do we got? 4166112, and I can relate to that, man. I deserve better than living in that dump. Yeah, took the devil to replace her. What went wrong? I wonder. Hey, yeah, I ain't living in that crap. I deserve running water, place to cook, place to lay my head, no leaks, AC, heat. No, I tell you what, I gave more than that. I came from better. I even designed better than that, you know. So, you know, somebody don't want to give me better than that. I know sometimes you got to start over. You know, a hurricane come along and wipe your house out. You didn't have insurance or something, and then you got to start all over. But dang, you know, you make enough money to get out of there. So, you know, somebody don't want better for me. I guess I got to get it for myself because I definitely don't need that. I don't need them. I never needed them. I just gave them a chance to lead, or better yet, God did. God tested them. That's all right. I said what I said, and I ain't changing it. Okay? All right. Hey, Sagittarius. You know, and then they go living somewhere else, you know. See, acceptance. I ain't accepting that, I tell you that. Or they wanted you to. All right, acceptance. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. What is wisdom, folks? That's experience, right? But that's okay. I'm grateful for that lesson because those kind of lessons make you want more, right? You don't want to live in that. So it motivates you to get better. You know, how long are you going to stay in that pain, right? So I'm grateful and thankful for that lesson. But I wouldn't want to live in something like that permanently. They're not, you know, I know people travel with them, so there's no shade. And it doesn't mean you're a bad person because you live in a trailer, but when you squander money and you don't work together to want better, but if somebody else doesn't want that for you, you know, you got to say, hey, I ain't going to put up with this. I deserve better than that. So that's what I'm saying. So whoever this was, it was in reverse. You know, I am learning to accept. So somebody didn't learn, they want to live like that. Or keep up those kind of behaviors or lack mentality, you know, then that's what you're going to get. Or they wanted you to accept that. Or that you deserve that. You got to go within to see what you deserve. And if somebody isn't giving you what you deserve, because you're giving back, right? So you got to want that for yourself. Therefore, you want it for the other person. So if you want good for yourself, you know, a lot of people stay in that situation because they fear change, or they fear the change, or they feel looked down upon because they, you know, wrong clothes or whatever. You got to be your own superhero, right? Run around and say the egos. I can't tell you why. Tell you why. So that's a lesson. So I'm grateful for that because it motivated me to get back to who I was and not settle. I don't always get what I want, but I learned my standards. You know, it was kind of like an intervention. So, you know, somebody doesn't have to want that for you, but you can want it for you. You know, you got to know what you want better. And if that person isn't working with you, then you've got to get it for yourself. So, so, you know, I personally grow from that. And you learn about the other person. You know, they can't blame you for that when they didn't work for you. You have to collaborate and work together. Somebody doesn't communicate with you, they're not a team player. You know? But I know what I don't want, that's for sure. Okay? You don't have to settle. Complacency, laziness, squandering. You know, y'all, to work together is fun, it's interesting. You know, sometimes when you start out, you know, you're going to start from ground. You know, you start out new. You know, sometimes people are living in their cars, man, because they can't afford that big rent. So they're living in their cars. And they got jobs. All right, what else, Spirit? But it doesn't mean that they're not trying, you know, or not doing their best. You know, it just takes a while sometimes. I know how it works. Been here, done that. You know, not the same way, but the same kind of scenario. 4096111. That's why I can be on here to tell you guys, don't ever give up. Things happen. You have to be able to work through them. You know, and if somebody, you know, makes that situation happen, you know, because they're not happy with whatever, hey, you created it. You didn't work at it. So, you know, you're not working with your partner. You know what I mean? Or a relative or whatever, you know. You know what I'm saying? You can't blame the other person. Because you made enough. Hold on, guys. Well, I accidentally hit something. Uh-oh. What did I do? Alright. I hit something, guys. Forgive me. I hope everything's okay. Hello, Nemo. What's up? Ask the cards if there will be justice for Justin Bieber. Well, yes, there will be justice. There's always justice. We know what Justin went through, and we have, you know, prayers for him, you know. That he never gave up. He didn't. He's still going, you know. Okay, he'll be okay. He ain't giving up. Never give up. You get knocked down, you get back up. It's how you deal with lessons. After you do that, you know, it's how you react to them. You know, stuff happens in life. You get back up. You know, sometimes, you know, the towers come so you can get better. You know, the burdens are relieved. You're leading a simpler life, you know. Clothes don't make the person. Things don't make the person. As long as you got what you need, you're doing good, you know. It gives you a chance. But when you're denied those needs, your basic needs, by someone, that's cruelty. That's a form of abuse, neglect. So, you know, that's cruelty. You know, and if you allow it to happen to yourself, it's the same way, you know. So, you got to think about what you know, how to live within your means, make the best of what you got. You know, sometimes people get sick, you know, they get ill because of their surroundings and they can't think clear, right? Discipline is what it takes. Hello? Discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Discipline. Focus. Some people, that trailer is heaven. You know? When you ain't got nowhere to go, but it sure gives you motivation to want better, right? A little better each time, right? Here we go. Little River Band, Cool in the gang. I love it. Cool change. There's one thing in my life that's missing. Time that I spend alone. Thing on the blue and bright clear water. To those friendly people. Give me ways to go. Every moment I lose my inspiration. It's a good song for this. Time for, I'm a little hoarse, guys. Cool change. I know that it's time for a cool change. Yes. Now that my life has been so rearranged, know that my time for a cool change. Was born in the side of water. There that I feel my best. The albatross and the whale, they are my brothers. Yes, I love the water. Love a special feeling when you're out on the sea alone, riding the rough waters. Ring at the cool moon like a lover, navigating by the moon. Time for a cool change. I know that it's time for a cool change. So it's time for a change. Changing all the time. Light of my life. So prearranged. This person's life was prearranged. You know, so now it's time for a cool change. Been so frantic. Sometimes I don't care. That makes me selfish. Let me breathe the air. Yeah, yeah. So this guy's never been romantic, which he wasn't, probably. And he was a little bit selfish. In other words, selfish, self-centered, only thinking of himself. It's time for a cool change, because his life has got to change. Whoever this is, you, them, their life was so prearranged. There's one thing in my life that's missing. It's the time that I spend alone. Feeling on the blue and bright clear water. Under a special feeling. Out on the sea. In other words, you know, finding those calm waters, right? You know what? I'm saying, you know, staring at the full moon like a lover, dreamer. You know, that's the Six of Swords, you know, going to calmer waters, going to that paradise island. Time for change. So here comes that tidal wave, and it just takes you and gets you so prearranged. Know that it's time for a cool change. All right, what else we got? Takes discipline, which means you have to put in the work. You have to do your homework. You have to do your research. You have to do the act. It's not going to just fall. You have to be able to see the opportunities when they come after you ask for them. The signs, the navigation, the moon, the stars. And Sagittarius know how to do that. Why? Because they're part of the earth, right? I mean, a horse knows where the water is, right? So, and then they're half in the ethers, the stars, right? They got their own constellation now. Yeah. I love the water. I'm always by the water. I live by the water here. I have very close access. But it's like the six of swords. Being on calmer waters, riding the waves, you know. Time for a cool change. Love you, Saggis. What's the other energy for our Saggis? Get closer. Seals and crop. Somebody's playing poker. Shuffle, change. Somebody wants to get closer. Want me to be closer to you, closer to me. Get closer to me. So whatever you want, if you want to get closer to somebody, get closer to them. You got to show it. Your actions. All emotions are actions. Want me to be loved. So what this song is saying, if you want me to love you, you got to love yourself first. Then I will love you. If you want me to see only you, then see only me. So you have to have eyes on each other, not be distracted by something, you know? So a person has to love themselves first before they can love anybody else. You are attracted. So if a person is just distracted by a lot of things, you know, I wasn't able to be able to love on myself. This person just didn't allow me to do that. So when you can't pour into your love and a person's selfish and they want all your attention to the point that you're giving up, giving all your attention to that one person and not to yourself or anything for that matter, you don't refill your cup, you don't take care of yourself, and you're not going to flourish. So you have to love yourself to get that love. Good night, Pam Bear. We love you. Thank you, darling. All right. So this is about loving yourselves first. Then you gotta love yourself first. Then you can love each other. So when that kind of thing, it shows, So you, Sagittarian, are loving on yourself, taking all that love for yourself and pouring into your cup. So that's the energy of the magnetism that you bring. So that way the universe knows that you're ready for love and you are loving yourself. That's what you are, and then you're going to project it on the outside. And I don't mean, in a risky behavior and, in a lustful way. Just you attract what you want by what you give to yourself, not necessarily to others, okay? All right, whatever we got here for our lovely Saggis. All right, we got honesty. Yes, be honest with yourself. To thy known self be true. I can't always expect the truth from others. Hello. But I can expect it from myself. That's integrity. That's part of integrity. So if you're already honest with yourself, then you're going to give that honesty to others. You're not going to love bomb, lie. You're going to be open and honest, okay? And that's what this Saggy wants, right? That's what they're giving, right? They have discipline, honesty. So those are standards. So if you're honest, and it doesn't mean you spill all your stuff out, but you're honest. Your intentions are honest. You do the right thing. You have integrity. You do the right thing when nobody's looking. So when you're that, then you expect that. And when you don't see that, you understand it. You can see it. So, I can't always expect it from others, right? They don't know how to be open and honest. I'll give you an example. If somebody's married and they go around playing single and they don't tell somebody that they're married, then they go into their relationship dishonest. And they're leading this person to believe that they're going to have something. And it's not going to work. Let's see what else. What's another thing? If you have a sexual preference, and what's no shade, and you're worried about what people think or something like that, and you don't tell this person that that's what you prefer, which is probably, if you're bi or something, and it's really love to see, I would really love to see you tonight. England Dan and John Ford Coley. Somebody just wants to talk to you. Somebody's wanting to reach out and talk. Somebody wants to get together. Okay. Such a long, long time. Really look at your smile. Somebody misses your smile, huh? Talking about the legend. So somebody doesn't want to change your life. So somebody wants to see you. Okay, as far as like, expecting it from yourself, being honest with yourself about what the things you want. And, it's easier to see what you want in life or what you want in another person, and that will come to you, right? So if you manifest that, and when it comes and you don't take it, it's not right to, just because somebody looks good to you, you're going to change them into somebody else that you want them to be. No, that's not going to work. There's going to be resistance, and that's not who they are. So that's superficiality. That's not integrity, okay? So this is talking about, I won't ask for promises, expectations, right? And you won't have to lie. So a person loves you for who you are, right? So we won't have to say goodbye, right? So this person is saying, or this Sagittarius wants that, They want that person to be honest, I don't want to be lied to, I don't want to change who I am, Person should know who you are when they meet you. And if it's not okay with that, or other people got a problem with it, oh well, But personally, I'm not going to change who I am because there's nothing wrong with me. Nobody's going to make me feel it. It's not. And, if a person comes in and pretends they like me, and then, because they're worried about what somebody else thinks, well, then, you should have thought about that. Because I'm not going to change to please people. I'm not. I'm not a people pleaser. I'm a leader in my own life. All right. The Hollies. Yes. Tall, cool woman in a black dress. That used to be me. I love it. Ooh. Looks like she's sitting out there on that lily pad. Yeah. Beautiful. She must be a swamp girl. Night I was downtown working for the FBI. Maybe somebody worked for the FBI. That could explain a double life. The alphabet crew. Maybe this Saggy does. You never know. A lot of people are doing wrong. Could be a DA man. This woman's singing a song. Just started to rise. Was a long, cool woman in a black dress. Ooh, what do we got? Gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. This tall, cool woman had it all. Ooh. Maybe somebody's having somebody investigated, found out that woman had it all. Hey. Ooh. Yeah. I am thankful. Gratitude is the key for the things you have in your life, because you might lose them. Tall, big black cat. Telling you, she knows where it's at. heard the sirens and everybody started to run. Well, maybe somebody's going to be getting the cops at their door. Dang, a raid. Ooh. So he's going to be forgiven as long as he wants to be with that long, cool woman with a black dress. Oh, that long, cool woman had it all. Had it all. 20111. Make that wish. 111127. It goes with this song. Yeah. Ooh. Get it all. Have it all. This is funny. Oh, somebody probably working for the alphabet crew. Yeah. One of them. Somebody did an investigation, right? Oh, Rockopolis. All right, what do we got? What else we got? Spirit for our Saggis. All right, what's the energy for our Saggis? 2011129. Here we go. Somebody in Boston. More than a feeling. Oh, somebody's got more than a feeling. Nice. Star date. 11/30/2025. 12:20 a.m. Sunday morning. 69 degrees Fahrenheit. Maybe we got a Pisces in here. Ooh, okay. Well, we'll take that one. It fell out the bottom. Somebody doesn't want to be a failure anymore. They're not afraid of it. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. So somebody doesn't want to keep failing. And it's not a failure if you keep doing the same thing over and over. It's just perfected. So maybe this person doesn't want to fail, right? But mistakes are learning curves. And then they want their freedom. Freedom is a here, freedom mine. See, Marianne walking away. Somebody named Marianne. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Somebody can't make you happy. Hello. That happiness got to come within. So if it's in within, it's going to glow and it's going to show and it's going to go over here. No one can make you happy, but they can dang well make your life miserable, make you suffer for their unhappiness. My last show was talking about that. Some people just don't like to see you happy. Misery loves company. I mean, I've gotten threats. People call the cops on me because I'm happy. They're telling people I'm crazy and they're acting up. It's even videoed. Oh, God. Even, I've had people sometimes, they'll start mess with me and I'll just keep, you know, I keep throwing it back at them. They get so frustrated. They start cussing, they beg, they threaten. Don't start it if you can't finish it. Common sense, man. Call you on your smack. I think it's fun. I think it's fun sometimes. All right. Well, face the music, you know, hear the truth. Common sense here, you know. But I you know, it's called relating, you know. Healthy arguments where you can call it out on somebody and say, hey, you're doing this. And then sometimes if people resist, they don't want to hear it. So they'll just throw anything at you, you know. It's hilarious. And then next thing you know, you're fine and calm. You know, that's called effective communication. Okay, oh, yeah, right. Okay, now I see it. You know, and they don't take it totally personal, but you make common sense with them and you wind up laughing about it. It's just amazing. Hasn't she slipped away? All right, let's see what some musicians have got to say for our Saggis. Closed my eyes and she slipped away. All right, what do we got? Happy birthday, Saggis. Every day is my birthday, but it gets better, man. I get all kind of luck. Y'all are Jupiterian rulers, man. Yeah, plus y'all are part of the Aquarius age, right? Spiritualists. So this is y'all's lucky season for y'all. Just watch out for your legs. And every time during Sagittarian season, man, I always gotta watch out for my legs, running into things. 10114131. So go check out your zodiac signs, what part of the body it rules, so you can keep an eye on that, you know. But then again, energy is fluid. I'm trying to focus right now on the Sagittarians. But any sign, you know, don't pay attention to the sign. Pay attention to the energy. Because the energy could be in a south node or a north node, right? Somebody's blaming somebody. It's all her fault. That's a new show. It's all her fault. Funny. Lame game. So this is about a family, and it was planned. Something was planned. Somebody doing everything they can to get their son back. So it's a new series, guys. Only on Peacock. 1014131. All right, what do we got for our Sagittarius? What the musicians are going to say? All right. All right, we got Lady Gaga. That's funny because she's got that criminal thing there going on, that criminal tape. Ooh, here we go again with the FBA alphabet letter crew. No shade. Love y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all. Thank y'all, angels. Okay. Turn bad romance into good business. In other words, take your pain and turn it into gold. Dancing in the moonlight. King Harvest. Oh, so that's King of Pentacles. We get it almost every night. When that moon gets big and bright, it's supernatural delight. Dancing in moonlight. Okay, so turn bad romance into gold. Take your pain. You know what I'm saying over here. So if things don't work out, it's a time for you to focus and love on yourself. So then you're going to start manifesting because you're focused on, you know, getting on your feet, doing things. Take your pain and turn it into gold. That's my manifestors for any reason. Okay, don't stay in that stuck energy of woes me, pity, whatever. Do your grieving and get yourself back up. You know, do your grieving. Pamper yourself. You know, a little shopping therapy, a little ice cream, you know. Watch a tear-jerking movie, you know. And transmuter, you know, pamper yourself a little bit, you know, and then get back up on your feet. You got 3 days. Man, you know. All right, so the poison or toxicity, exaggerate your contradictions. Contradicting yourself, exaggerate the woes me. Look for the exact opposite of what you're going through, the positive side. The tune, become the star you were born to be. Like I said, maybe you're going to be a star, you know. Maybe a crime was committed against you. Who knows? Or it's a crime to let yourself just sit and waller. You know, wear your shades, you know, your little tears, that's all right. Call somebody, yeah, reach out, touch somebody, right? Or report one. All right, so we got Miriam Makaba. Okay, there we go. Perspective, your shade. If the times are broken, it is our job to mend them. Hello? You got to mend your life. You got to sow your seeds. Sow Get together. Make your patterns, right? It's our job to mend. You know, we can't let other people have control over us, right? Especially your feelings. You got to stay emotionally intelligent. Poison, toxicity. Your joy makes fools of your oppressors. What does that mean? The people that want to keep you not happy, your oppressors, you know, they like, you know, playing with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're going to like it when theirs is played with. It's not going to be funny anymore. You know, they can have a laugh. Sister Golden Hair. Bye, America. Maybe this is 3 guys. Oh, maybe, you know, maybe they're, so maybe it's 3 people after you, Saggy. You know, heading for the altar. So it's just saying a woman can be a friend of yours. So somebody's thinking about you, golden hair, maybe somebody's a blonde. So somebody can't live without you. Can't you see them eyes, right? Okay, so your joy makes fools of your oppressors. They can't stand to see you happy. They want to control you, and they didn't want to see you happy. They were oppressive. 2, in an age of liars, the truth is dynamite. So the truth is going to be very explosive. So whatever they've said, the truth is showing itself. So, or if you lie to yourself, that's going to come out that it's wrong because your actions are going to show it's not right. Okay, so maybe this is like somebody's lied, you know, and the truth is revealing itself, even if they've said it in rooms you've never been in. Doesn't matter what rooms they're in. If they're lying, let's say somewhere, you know, that you can't see, it's not hurting you. So it's not going to affect you. And whoever does that kind of stuff, it's going to affect them. Not in a nice way. So let's just say if they're trying to slander you or defame your character and you're not seeing it because you're blocked, it's only going to hurt them. You know, it's going to show their character, right? So, because you're not there to defend yourself or have your say. But where you are, Saggy, wherever you are, your community sees your actions, right? And what you went through. So it doesn't matter. You have the support where you are. That's not a supportive place. And you wouldn't go there anyway because the energy isn't on the same frequency. So it's not going to hurt you. Hello, Lisa. Hello. How you doing, baby? Welcome aboard. I hope you stay. So this is kind of like, you know, whoever they were, these people were fools, you know, I mean, really. And they're liars. So, you know, they have to back that up. Fabricated, which is baneful magic. Here we go, Brandy. You're a fine girl looking glass. Somebody might be spying on you. Let me take a little break. So maybe somebody is a sailor, you know, any kind of way, traveler. So somebody's talking about their homes. So somebody's talking about this girl, maybe you, Saggy. So it's an age of liars. You know, people wearing fake masks or trying to project stuff onto you. Or maybe somebody heard lies that's not true. You know, and it was a crime. Could have been criminal. You know, they could, spiritual world or in the real world. You know, we'll find out. All right, what else we got, Spirit? Let's see. Talk about a man that Brandy loved. So if there's somebody talking out here, people, communities, people are bringing gifts from far away. But he couldn't stay. The harbor was his home. Good wife you would be. So somebody thinks you're a good wife. Or you'd make a good wife. Love him, my lady. So maybe he's talking good about you, Saggis. She used to watch his eyes when he used to tell his sailor stories. Just roll her eyes. Talk about his glory. He told the truth that he was an honest man. But she does her best to understand, if I heard that right. But Brandy walks through a silent time. Loves her man who's not around. She was loyal to him. And she still can hear him say, she hears him, his voice, you know. So here we go. Hildegard von Bingen. And it was in the reverse, okay? Somebody may be a spiritualist or religious, right? Okay. Perspective. Become like a feather on the breath of God. So whoever this you are, you're very spiritual. But whoever this is, isn't. It could be another Sagittarius. Not you dreamers. Okay. So we got breath is also means spirit, by the way. That's what spirit means, breath of God. You're the right hand of God, but this is not. It's a hypocrite, could be fake spiritualist, fake religious person. Okay. Toxic poison. Gain wisdom through the study of the unknown, which is the spirituality. Or learn past, just showing up. The connection between you and your higher self, the universe, whoever your higher power is. The soul is not in the body is in the soul. And that's true, because your soul extends. Okay? I wonder, who else said that? It was one musician that said that. All right, play and listen to the music. That's right. The Doobie Brothers. Somebody's smoking. Somebody's smoking the Doobie. Maybe it's a couple of brothers. Day by day. Some are happy. Somebody's getting ready for the news. Some will be happy. Some will lose. So listen to the music. This means some stories are going to come out. The music's going to sing. But that's what people need, is a way to make them smile, right? So, got to get a message, get it on through. Somebody's trying to get a message through. So, to me, this also in reverse, the soul is not in the body's in the soul. Somebody maybe lost their soul, gave up their soul. It's very hard to get back. Sold their soul. I don't think my collective is that. They wouldn't do that. 10117. What do we got at the bottom? Miles Davis. So somebody's beating somebody in the country for a day. We'll be happy. We'll dance. Somebody wants to call and get with you. Okay, Miles Davis. Somebody's name could be Davis. Feeling good to you, feeling good to me. Ain't nothing we can do but say. Feeling good and feeling fine. Okay, the perspective. Play like you don't know how. Could be a player, but it was in reverse. Let's see what the toxicity and poison is. Progress is impossible without shock. That's not true. It's in the reverse. Play like you don't know how. You know how to be. It's inside. 2, the keynotes are those left unplayed. In other words, read between the lines. Something understood that's not said or needs to be said, right? Somebody's stuck. Unmotivated. They want to stay stuck. They know what they're doing. They know how to do this. Keynotes are those left unplayed. So somebody played those notes. Yeah, they did. Probably got the wrong one, right? Madonna. Everyone is entitled to your opinion. No, they're not. They don't. But I will stand up for myself. You know, I'm not responsible for what somebody thinks of me. Toxicity. Pleasure without permission can be the greatest pleasure of all. That's not true either. That's crossing boundaries. So people have to give you permission. So if somebody's not being honest, right, with you, you're not consenting to something you didn't agree to. You're consenting to something that was proposed to you. So if that wasn't the truth, then they didn't give their permission for that, right? So somebody gets off on taking and harming, right? They're going to take it without permission. That's the greatest pleasure of all. No, it's not. It's painful and harmful, right, to you, Saggis. 2, you are and always will be your own work in progress. That's true. Okay, here, pleasure, forgive me, I'm a little tired. Pleasure, I was listening to something else. I got distracted. Pleasure without permission can be the greatest pleasure of all. That's toxicity, right? So you have to give yourself permission to love, right? To love yourself. To be happy. I give my permission to be happy. I give myself permission to be at peace, right? Because if I do that, then I have those boundaries, the healthy boundaries, and I'm telling myself it's okay. I don't have to get the permission of others to be happy. I don't have to feel their temperature to see if I'm okay. Make it with you. Somebody wants to make bread with you, break bread with you. How nice. Yes. Yes. All right. Let's get a few more. Let's see if we get anything positive here. Let me get y'all some love cards. Let me get y'all some love cards. And then I'm going to go tonight. I may be back on tomorrow. I don't know. You know, I look forward to it. You know, I'm so busy during the week, so I only have the weekend. So for now, it's good enough. Dreams are for those who sleep. I don't think so. Life fits for us to keep. No. If I chose the one I'd like to help me through, I'd like to make it with you. So somebody wants to choose you. Somebody thinks y'all can make it, girl. Somebody's interested in you, Saggis. Somebody's interested. All right. Just be honest about your intentions and things will work out. It's when we don't. That honesty is very important. So you really have to know what you want in life and stick to it. Don't give up. Don't be a cowardly lion. Don't be a fake and phony emperor, impersonators, I call them. My way or the highway. You know, put up with a player from the Himalayas that can't commit. Afraid of rejection, but that's what they get, right? They're afraid of rejection, so they reject their own heart. They reject their own dreams. They're a follower. They cause havoc and break their own heart. Take it easy by the Eagles. That's right. Take it easy. All right, what do we got for our Saggis? Oh, look at that. Two lovers. One spiritual, got that fire. Look at that. And you got the water, the breath of life. We saw that, right? Oh, this guy's a cheater. 7 women on their mind. Want to scold me? 2 that want to scold me. She's a friend of mine. So he's got one friend of mine, right? So somebody's a traveler. Yeah. Sound of your own wheels drive you crazy. No, but still can. Gotta understand. So this guy's got more troubles. He's got, I guess, the seven of cups, man. He got 7 women on his mind. Wow. Romance. Cupid's arrow strikes. So this guy likes to go all over. Got everything attracts him. Somebody came and tried to get his attention. Oh, all right, okay. Well, hey. All right, so romance, Cupid's arrow strikes. So Cupid's arrow has struck somebody. You said there's love there. I love it. So somebody got in somebody's truck and climbed on in. Just take it easy on me, baby. You got a flatbed Ford or truck. You know, he's jumping on in. He's running for his life. All them women are chasing him. But one's a friend of his. Oh, look at this. Beautiful. My beloved. Though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united. For love transcends space and time. Nothing's missing. So somebody's physically apart, but they call you their beloved. But it could also be, you know, God too. But Angel Michael is watching out over you. Look at that, their heart. Yeah, see that? So Angel Michael is watching over you, or this person is an angel watching over you. See, there's 2 here. And somebody thinks you're an angel. Is your sweet love gonna save me? So whatever it is, you're a healer. You're gonna save this person. You know, your sweet love's gonna save them. Gonna heal them. Oh, that's sweet. Let's see what this one is. Embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. So somebody thinks you are a piece to that puzzle, the final piece, the missing piece. That's awesome. Well, I love that so much for you. I'm going to pull one more card for you, and then I'm going to go for tonight. I'm ready to sleep. Ready to sleep. All right, let's see what something good we got for you guys. All right, we got night moves. Somebody's got night moves. Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. Come on. Bounce. All right. I gotta go soon, guys. Anyway, my computer is getting with those bad guys. That is fixing to cut off. So. Alright guys, here we go. Options, so somebody thinks that they don't have options. Many opportunities are becoming available to you now or flooded by too many ideas. So somebody can't focus, can't create ideas. You're a cross watcher or you, Saggy. Do not get stuck in doubt when an offer presents itself. Seize the moment. So somebody can't see their options and they're not manifesting. They're stuck, you know. They're doubtful. That's lack mentality. Create multiple streams of income so they're losing income. And let's not it be you. It be a cross watcher. Stay focused on your streams of income. You're a manifestor. You can do it. Okay? So somebody went searching for pie in the sky. Dreams. Restless and bored. Died by the sword. Okay. Steal awake. Steal awake every chance we could. Backwoods alleys. Man, they're all over the place. They used you and you used them and nobody cared. So I hope that's not any of y'all or y'all not going through that. You know, somebody's living in the past or like feel like they're a teenager. It's okay, but you know, time to grow up. You know, so live like a heart, but can't be those high school days. Those are tough. So somebody just thought about summertime. Maybe it happened in the summertime. All right, Saggies. Well, that's what I got for y'all tonight, and I hope to see y'all next time. Remember, we all love you here. I appreciate all of you guys, and I'm glad y'all are returning back. A lot of people, it's amazing how when the teacher comes, the student, or when the student's ready, the master or teacher will show up. So there you go. But we're going to go out with that song. Somebody's waiting on the thunder. Yes. Well, I love you guys. And I'll see y'all next time right here at the station to your destination. Y'all be safe out there and much love to y'all. Y'all come back now, you hear? Stay tuned in. Be safe. Smooches. I love you guys. See y'all next time right here.